Hello and welcome to Software Pulse, building Java desktop applications, and I'm John McNeil. And this is the sixth in a series of JavaFX Fireside chats. In the previous video we looked at integrating our JavaFX with our Eclipse through a widget and built a small JavaFX application just to prove that you could link the two together, the two were linked together. In this video we are going to take a look at how using fxml with your Java FX code, it helps facilitate building a model view control type architecture. You may have heard a lot about model view control as a way of separating the various concerns within a program, so that how information is presented is handled by the view. How the data is held in the back end is determined by the model, and the controller is the glue that links the two together and passes things backwards and forwards. So we're just going to have a quick look at why people quite often will talk about JavaFX and Scene Builder as helping facilitate this MVC, model view control approach. And you can form your own opinion about what you think about that. So let's go take a look. So let's open up our Eclipse IDE, and we're going to pick up from the JavaFX project we used in the last video. So that was test 55, and there's our main method there, and we have this controller file here that we got automatically created for us and we have done nothing with. So this is what we're going to use. When they say model view control, the fxml document is the view. This class with the controller on is going to act as our controller. So it's going to be responsible for passing information up, data up for our view to display, and also for getting data back from our display that we would then process and put in our model. That's the whole idea of this model view control type approach. So I will just show you how you can use this control class that's auto created and hook it into your JavaFX, and then you can make of it and do with it what you will. So there's a tagging thing called @fxml, and for that to work you have to import something. I seem to be having a few problems there. And we're going to put we're currently displaying hello world on our user interface in a label field, so we're going to process that label field. So in order to be able to process it, I need something at this end to be able to hold and work with that object in here. So so I'm going to call it display text, and it's type label. And I want to import JavaFX scene control, which I do, and there we are. There's the import fxml that we also need. So by tagging things with @fxml, what it's going to do is when Scene Builder looks at the class you're saying is going to control that particular scene that Scene Builder is using, it will look in there for the @fxml tags, and it knows then to make those properties available within Scene Builder. So the other thing we're going to want is fxml. We're going to put a button in, so that when we press the button, it's going to change the text displayed. So currently it says hello world when it starts up. We're going to press a button and we're going to change the text in there, and it's going to say something else. So that's what we're trying to do. So I need something that when I press the button it gets called. I need a piece of code that gets called when I press the button that will do whatever I want it to do. So this is what we're going to do here. So void and then the way we're going to do that is we're going to get hold of the display text field, and then we're going to do set text, and goodbye world. Yeah, so that's all we're going to do. Nice and simple. We're just going to change the text in it. So I've saved that controller now, and that's all we need to do there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my sample fxml file, right click, open with scene builder that we've seen before, so there's nothing new there. And this is what we did last time. We did our hello world, and what I need to do now is there's a controller option down the bottom here, and I need to just make sure, see, it's automatically picked up my sample controller file. It knows that's the controller, so it's automatically picked that up. But if it doesn't, or you want to use something else, a different file, you can select it from in there. So now we've got that. What I now need to do is I need to match my label field here with the label field in the controller. So I highlight the label field, I go to the code section on the right hand side here, and under the FXID field, drop down, and it will show me all the things I put at fxml against that are properties, and I've only got one, which is display text, so I picked that one. So now when the fxml file is loaded and processed, it will see that it's got to link this field to the text display, the display text field in my controller, and so it will automatically take care of linking that. The other thing I need to do is, obviously I don't have a button on here to press, so I need to add a button, which I'm going to put in the bottom of my border pane, and then in the properties I can change that to be change text, and then in the code section on the right hand side I've got this on action event, and if I drop that down I've got this button change text, and there we are. I can close this down, I can save this, and if I go back to my main method now, if I run this, I should get the original thing we saw in the previous video. There we are, hello world, and if I press the change text button, I get goodbye world. So there you are, you can see we've linked our button to process an event in our controller class, and our controller class has changed the text in our UI based on an event, a button being pressed. So hopefully that was interesting and useful to you. I've been John McNeil, Software Pulse, building Java desktop applications. Thank you for watching.